Hi, my name is Allison and I'm making this video for CBTF. My older brother Marshall was diagnosed with a brain tumor when we were toddlers. At the time of his diagnosis and treatment, we were both very young, so quite frankly, I don't remember a lot of the details, but I do know that I've never had a day in my life since then that hasn't been impacted by his cancer. It was around our teen years where I really began to feel overwhelmed and alone by the impacts of his cancer because they were becoming more and more apparent to me. When I tried talking about this with my friends, I was met with, oh, well, he's fine now, so what do you really have to complain about? Or, well, you're not the one who had cancer, so this really doesn't impact you the same way. And it just made me feel more and more isolated and guilty for how I was feeling. I spent years feeling like I had to stifle my feelings because they were wrong. I was angry. I was angry that my brother had cancer. I was angry that just because the cancer was gone didn't mean that he was normal in the way people expected him to be. I was angry that his cancer was impacting me, and I was angry that I was angry because I knew that we were one of the lucky families that all get to be together at the end of the day still. For my Girl Scout Gold Award, I decided that I wanted to do something that was going to help other siblings. So I created what is called the Sibling Story Project, and this is a book that consists of stories from myself and other teenage siblings of pediatric cancer patients, just sharing our stories. And the purpose of the book is to help siblings of newly diagnosed patients feel a little less alone, maybe just hear from someone else's perspective and feel like there are people out there who understand what they're going through. So the first edition was published, and shortly after, a lot of people were reaching out asking to share their story for the next edition. So in fall of 2016, I published an extended edition of the book with even more stories. And after that, I realized that not all siblings were able to take advantage of this resource due to language barriers, and I wanted to work on finding ways to translate the book into other languages. So in fall of 2019, I was able to publish the Spanish translation of the book with the help of another UGA student who had been directly impacted by cancer in her family as well. I know it's said a lot that cancer impacts more than just the patient, but I really do think that even despite people knowing that, siblings still get overlooked unintentionally. And I think it's so important to make sure that there are resources out there to help support siblings because we're going through such a hard time in our life as well. And it's really hard to figure out what's okay to feel, what's not okay to feel, and what our role in this process is supposed to be, both when someone's sick and even after they're in remission. So I really think it's important to try to find ways to help support siblings in addition to supporting parents and patients.